Grace looked at the saloon and wondered for the 100th time if she would go in. Unlike all the other times, though, this time she knew she would. She would go in. She would find the woman she needed to find, and then... She shuddered. There was no help for it. It was what she had to do, and so do it she would. She had always been a hard worker, and had always done what she must. This is just one more thing I must do, she thought. But she knew she was a liar, for this was most definitely not just one more thing. This was the thing, the one thing that would forever set her apart, and the one thing that would never permit her to have anything of the life for which she had so hoped and prayed as a child. Not even Ezekiel, with his harsh tongue and harsher hand, could possibly have hurt her the way she was about to hurt herself. But there was nothing else to do. Pa was dying, alone in a wagon, not even a wagon, just a handcart, really, abandoned behind an old barn that had fallen to ruin itself. That was their only home. He had said he was fine. He had said not to worry. He had asked her not to go. Then, when she got ready anyway, he commanded her not to. She could not remember the last time that Pa had commanded her to do anything. He was a quiet man, a shy man, a good man. So the fact that he ordered her to do something clearly showed that he knew what she planned to do. She made to leave anyway. He tried to rise, to stop her, but he fell back. The dry crackling of his breath seemed to tear at the night and at her heart. Grace shuddered once more. Then, as though using the tremors to impel her, she stepped forward. The saloon had 2 full doors which were folded back against the outer walls on either side. Beyond this was a small anteroom, nothing but a 5-foot by 7-foot space. A long iron bar had been bolted to one wall, and it was coated with mud, and worse, where the saloon's patrons had scraped off their dirty shoes and boots. Beyond that, the inner doors, the twin bat-wing doors that swung toward one another, and did not so much cover the doorway as encourage curiosity regarding what might lay beyond. Grace had never had much interest in such things. Indeed, only once had she ventured past such doors as these. That was a long way away, and what seemed a lifetime ago. Her marriage, bad almost from the start, had become a violent, dangerous thing, and one night when Zeke didn't come home she made the near-fatal mistake of going to look for him. Strangely, it wasn't his shouted curses or the cruel epithets and taunts that she most remembered about that night, nor was it the crude things he had said about her mother and father, and all her ancestors back to Adam and Eve. It wasn't even the beating he administered after dragging her home. No, it was the women. Women of light skin, women of dark, tall, short, fat, skinny, women of every cut. But they all had 2 things in common: their eyes and the way they danced. Their eyes were all far too old, the eyes of people who have seen a lifetime of suffering and pain. One of the girls couldn't have been more than 14, yet even she had the distant gaze of someone long imprisoned. And the dance? Scandalous. Skirts raised high, flung back and forth to the beat of music so frenzied it would have made old Scratch himself faint from the exertion of it. There weren't no undergarments neither, or so few as to make little difference. The women wore lacy black stockings rolled up tightly at the tops so as to stay in place as they danced their high kickin' dances. The stockings were not terrifically high, but they stopped high enough that no man but a husband should ever have seen their tops. But these women danced, and skirts flashed high, and knees and thighs were visible to all.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.